So let's talk about the three body types and how each one should eat and exercise. We all know people who struggle to gain weight while others can never seem to lose it. How much does genetics and your body type play into it? Nutrition and fitness expert Christine Hormone can tell you your body type, what it is, and how to use that information to achieve your ideal weight. Christine, thanks for joining us today.
It's a pleasure to be here.
So tell me how important it is to know your body type so you can become your healthiest and most fit.
It makes such a big difference because the way one person trains is drastically different and what's going to be the most effective and efficient for another individual. As you guys know, we are all biochemically different as people, and just because something works for one person doesn't mean it's going to work for another. So the value in knowing your body type is going to allow you to train and eat in a way that works best for you.
So that means we could be doing all the wrong things, but still working hard and not seeing results.
Absolutely. And it's so frustrating, especially women work so hard, and it just kills me to see them struggling doing the wrong things. That's why it's so important to bring light to this topic.
Okay, so let's talk about the three body types and how each one should eat and exercise. First, let's talk about ectomorphs.
Yeah, so ectomorphs are also known as hard gainers. They have a tendency to be naturally lean, very high metabolism. No matter what they eat, they just cannot seem to gain weight. This is actually a problem because they struggle to gain lean muscle mass. Ectomorphs have a hard time adding curves to the frame, actually end up being like skinny shamed, as weird as that may sound, because they just tend to be so naturally lean.
Okay, what should they do then? What do they need to eat and how should they exercise?
So ectomorphs need to eat a lot more than they think. I think a lot of them have a tendency to not have as big of an appetite. They need to go actually higher in carb, with around 40 to 50% of their daily total caloric intake from carbohydrates, around 30% or so from protein, with the balance being dietary fats. Now, ectomorphs would do best if they are training heavy, lifting weights, and laying back off of the cardio, actually, not doing as much long, slow, steady cardio, but just sticking to it, maybe 20 minutes maximum, 2 to 3 times a week, but putting more emphasis on weight training with heavier weights.
Okay, so how should a mesomorph eat and exercise?
So a mesomorph is the type of person who can gain weight relatively easily, but they can also lose it relatively easily. I'm a mesomorph, and a mesomorph needs to do a combination of both. So they do need to be including cardio 3 to 4 times a week on average, and in addition, weight training 3 to 4 times a week. The nutrition approach is quite moderate and a higher protein, lower fat, moderate carb protocol. And those are the types of things that a mesomorph needs to do to, make sure they are maintaining a nice, healthy physique.
So what about endomorphs?
Endomorphs, unfortunately, struggle the most with fat loss. They can gain muscle quite easily, but losing fat is a full-time battle. They need to do the most cardio, unfortunately, doing cardio minimum 5-6 times a week, in addition to weight training. But weight training for a mesomorph is not going to be as heavy as the other two body types. An endomorph will do better with lighter weights, higher repetition, in order to see lean muscle definition.
All right, you break all this down in your YouTube channel, on your website. You've got lots of good information. Thanks so much for sharing this with us today.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
If you'd like more information on body typing, nutrition, and fitness tips, there's a link to Christine's website on ours at newschannel5.com.